Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is a scene for the Kingdom of the Southern Gate, a Changeling the Lost game set in Miami, Florida. So, tonight, finally, after days of literally wanting to do this, Asher and his fiance, Rocky, finally managed to pull together everything to go on a date. Um, they get the baby off with the sitter, they get all the stuff, like Asher kind of puts everything off that he needs to put off on Claudio and kind of moves everything around to where everything is good, the restaurant's good, and he'll slip on his smart casual outfit and find Rocky, and she feels something soft touch her cheek.
And she'll kind of turn to look what's touching her cheek.
It's a rose, but it's not. The color is very interesting.
She will look
It
at this rose.
it's a yellow rose with its petals turning a very deep, beautiful red, and he'll smile.
Ooh. And she'll reach up and to take it if he's offering it to her.
Mm-hmm. And he's just got the most loving smile on his face.
That is a gorgeous rose.
I grew it just for you.
Slight head cock.
Do you
Grew
know
it
what?
for me.
Of course. Do you know what its colors symbolize?
I'm gonna guess that the red means love.
Yes.
And the yellow means something else.
He'll scoop her up, and he'll actually pick her up. The yellow means friendship.
From friendship came love.
Mm-hmm. And he'll nod at her and
And
kind
she'll
of
kind of clutch it in and lean up and kiss him.
he'll kiss her so tenderly and softly. Do you know that I fall more and more in love with you every day?
And she'll kind of tap the rose to her lips, thinking for a moment. I don't think you've actually said those specific words, but there are certain mannerisms that I've found that I really like and try to reciprocate on that seem to be happening more and more.
He'll
So there's
chuckle.
a chance that it's kind of a mutual thing that we've not gone said. It's just not been said.
He'll kiss her softly. Are you ready?
Yep, I am. Do I look
And
okay?
you look adorable. I'm gonna eat you up. He'll kind of playfully nibble her neck.
She will get shivers and goosebumps running all over her body.
Hey, hey, hey. Save those for later. And kind of his nose will stroke her cheek, like playfully.
She'll just kind of press her cheek back against him, just enjoying this moment in time, this time that's just for them, that they don't get a lot of lately.
His fucking humongous hand will stroke down her cheek, and he'll kind of lean into her ear and he'll say, "I love you so much."
And she'll turn so that she's looking him in the eyes and she says, I love you too.
He takes a big breath. Yay! And he'll basically take her out to the car and set her down once he gets there, forgetting he was carrying her. And hop into his SUV after opening her door for her.
He will climb in.
They're gonna go to an area that's on the bay side of the beach. Of the islands, the Miami Beach Islands.
Mm-hmm.
So you're out on the island, but not on the ocean side. You're on the bay side.
Okay.
And you go to a it looks like when you first pull up, it looks like a very modern, fun, like very like kawaii Japanese restaurant.
Okay.
And when they go inside and they go to, it's very bright inside and colorful and very like there's like animes playing on the wall and stuff like that. This is an actual restaurant, by the way. There's like anime playing,
Okay.
stuff like that. And one thing that she notices is that there's a lot of imagery of like breaking. Like there's like a lot of like explosion type like decorations and like she doesn't know Japanese, I imagine. But like words that if she knew it. But like boom, explosion, fantastic. And he'll sit down with her. It's a typical sit down style, like not sushi belt like style Japanese restaurant. So he'll kind of look over the menu. And they have sushi, it's just not like that kind of a restaurant. And he'll look at her and he'll say, what are you thinking? I can't remember. Can you have sushi while you're pregnant? I can't remember. Do you like sushi? He'll think. I know this. I'm just having a baby brain moment. He will look at her, basically kind of drinking in her appearance. And taking in the little care that she did put into her look today. Noticing how she doesn't look so much cute as she does just how she looks very put together and yet still eclectic. And it's something that he very much appreciates. And he'll kind of bite his lip while looking at her. And it's less in a sexual, ooh, I want to do you on the table, and more just a pure, he's looking at the woman he loves. And the look on his face couldn't be happier. He's just so taken with her that he can't stop but to look away from the menu for a moment to just drink everything about her in.
She's gonna glance up at him, kind of feeling like the kind of feeling like everybody's staring at her, but the only person that everybody to her is him. So
Aw.
she's blushing a little bit at the moment as she feels his gaze upon her.
I'm sorry, you caught me. You caught me. And I'll kind of look down.
Nothing to be sorry for. And she'll look at him, a very soft, loving look in her eyes.
I'm just glad we were able to get away tonight. I've been so busy, I haven't really. I mean, of course we connect at home. We're not in a vacuum, but I really needed some time alone with you. I don't even really have anything in particular I want to talk to you about or anything that's pressing. I just need to reconnect with you.
She smiles and nods. She understands what he's saying, because she's kind of felt the same way. And she's going to reach her hand out towards him to
He'll
take his
lace
hand.
his with her. And he'll he'll when the waiter comes around, he'll order what he wants and allow, like, he'll actually let her order first, and he'll order what he wants, and then he'll order the full special, and they'll nod, and they'll put a key with like a kind of a tab on it, and he'll smile and kind of let the key rest on the table.
He's going to be eyeing that key like,
It is nowhere near what you're probably thinking.
with all the explosions and stuff, I'm thinking that there's a room in the back where we can throw and smash plates and stuff.
Yes! Exactly.
But you said it wasn't anything close to what I was thinking.
I assumed wrong. I'll like lean over the table and kiss her forehead.
What did you think I was going to think?
Brothel. I've had a really busy day. It involved prostitution. He'll shake his head.
That's twice I've heard about prostitution today.
Really? I feel so close to you now.
Yeah, Rose and I were having lunch with a fellow named Milo and another fella joined us. His name's Destin. He's a
Summer courtier.
police person. Yeah, him.
Kind
And
of.
him and Milo were talking a little bit about dealing with prostitutes.
There's a there's a there's a situation going on right now that we believe is human trafficking. And since we can't go at it straightforwardly, we can't just go at it. The the approach Summer has been taking is to utilize information from other similar but not exact avenues. And a lot of the city's prostitutes are very familiar with human trafficking.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I believe the king wants to talk to Rose about it. I'm sorry, he'll shake his head. Fiona wants to speak to
Ah,
Fiona about it.
well, I'm
That's the
certain them both being Summer, he knows how to get a hold of her, so.
mhm. That's the second time that slip has been made today. Earlier today, I heard the rental advocate say Rose when he meant to say Fiona.
That is strange.
I think I heard rumor that they were dating, so maybe that's what it is. He'll shrug. I don't keep up to date.
They had considered seeing where things go because there was some physical attraction or something. But last I heard, they've mutually agreed that they're not compatible as partners, so they are diverging as that and just staying friends.
Are we compatible as partners, or do we need to diverge and just stay friends?
Oh, I don't know. With two kids, I don't think we're
No,
compatible in that way at all.
at all. I don't think so either.
No,
I'm sorry.
no.
Gonna leave you for that old lady over there. Don't wait, get her. She'll blow him a kiss, and he's like, "Oh my, okay, okay." But I've more than I can chew there. No.
Okay, well, I hope you two are happy because that's what really matters. And I'll make sure that Devin and I have our own place. Rose is renting out her house, so Devin and I can stay there.
He'll snatch her from across the table because he's so small he can do it too. And he presses his lips to her mouth like, "Hush, hush your savagery, stop."
And
I
once he
could never live
stops,
without.
I just want you to be happy.
I am happy. I'm so happy. I don't even think I should be this happy. I haven't been this happy in forever.
And she smiles as she's now sitting in his lap.
He'll stroke her cheek. A bit of the food will get there. Probably like the ginger starter salad. And he'll spear a bite, like he'll fork a bite and he'll hold it up to her lips.
She will let him feed her.
If she lets him feed her, he will literally feed her the entire freaking meal.
If it makes him happy to scoop up that food and put it in her mouth, she will let him and just kind of like be loving on him. But she won't she won't eat anything unless he eats a bite, she a bite, he a bite, she a bite.
Oh Lord, they're gonna be that couple. They're doing it. They're doing it.
They are. But when he's taking his bites, she'll just like kind of rest her head on his shoulder and
Oh my
kind of
God.
cuddle in there and be affectionate, enjoying just the time together, just them.
Oh, Jesus, these two are adorable. Oh my God. He'll smile and kiss her forehead while chewing. You know, sometimes I really can't. Sometimes I'm just so amazed as to how we got here.
It's definitely it's definitely it's not how I ever envisioned anything ever happening, but yeah, it's a thing. It's happened. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of magical. Like once, Devin was here, um it was just, and then you said I love you, and it's like all those emotions that had been kind of locked away because it wasn't possible at the time just kind of flooded out, I guess. If that makes
Oh,
sense.
it does. He'll smile.
Did I tell you that the thing with the ex is done?
I've been told, yes.
Okay.
I wish things wouldn't have gone that way, but I understand.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised.
How odd.
And she's gonna, since she's sitting in his lap, she's gonna whisper in his ear. I was surprised they brought her head in a duffel bag to a club.
It's the Autumn Court?
I know, but they weren't saying what it was, so it's not gonna instill anything. It wasn't until I asked, because curiosity got the better of me, that it came out what was in there.
They like to fear masturbate.
She kind of gives a, well, yeah, kind of nod.
The court is in a bind, and I'm trying to figure out how to navigate it. So, I've been. He'll kind of do like the motion around his head, ignoring all of the other ones.
Courtly stuff is definitely more difficult.
He'll nod. We are down a sage escort, and now the court has no female sage escorts.
Hmm. Rose was telling me about somebody when she called me the other night about this girl that's supposed to be new, and she wants Rose to like show her how to like dress and stuff.
He shakes his head. Nope. Like, nope. Like with conviction. Try again, he'll say. Oh God, I wish Rose wasn't Summer because she would, or a dog. What court is she? What kind of thing? A moment. Oh, no, no, whatever. I wish she wasn't because I could really, really use her. She'd make a good sage escort. You vanished again. So as Ash sits there and turns about in his head what he's going to do for his court because he's down a sage escort, which is leaving the court in a very bad way. Um, he kind of rolls around in his head and he thinks maybe I could tap this person to do it. Maybe I could tap that person. I don't really know what to do. He really kind of furrows his brow in concentration, his head slipping back into king mode. Unfortunately, as a king, it's not something that he can just cast aside whenever he wishes, even on a date night. But then he does realize, oh wait, I am on a date. Let me not neglect my darling love by going into my own head. And so he sits for a moment and he thinks. And I'll kind of look to her face and stroke her cheek gently and feed her another bite. And he'll say, I think I just have to look within our numbers and find someone who can serve in that position. I'm sure there has to be a young woman who's suitable in the court.
Well, we can hold auditions.
Casting couch, I like it. Not my, Claudio, I'd have to tap my consort there, but
Or we can talk to Liam or one of the other head consorts.
the problem with the consort is that, or the problem with using the escorts themselves is that they know what to do. They know they. It sounds strange, but I need it to be approached from the angle of someone who is receiving the
Right.
action, as it were. You could always find them. You could do that, Rocky. You could do it. I'm not saying sleep with them. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that you could find a female sage escort.
Yeah, I could. I
The
guess.
court really needs it. If we don't find a female, it means that there's
Needs not being met, and that's not good.
yes, and it's not just physical needs. It's a lot of young women who return. Some of them haven't had access to reproductive instruction and things like that. They don't feel comfortable with a man teaching it to them, and that's part of what the sage escorts do as well. We may not be able to get pregnant, but we can get AIDS. And they don't know proper sexual health, how to assert themselves, how to consent. So it's very important that this role get filled soon. Not immediately, not like you do it right now, obviously. But
I can put out an announcement tomorrow about it.
he'll nod. Maybe look among the court. Kind of keep an eye out for young ladies that you think would do well for the role. Do you think Rose would be offended if I asked her to hold down the position for a short time until someone can be found?
She thinks about it, thinking about stuff that happened at lunch today with her. I don't think she would be insulted at all. I'll talk to her.
I would need her to meet with and speak to Liam, but
Of course.
I can't see the reason that someone in the good graces of Spring who has shown the sexual knowledge that she has and the responsibility would
She
be
nods.
bad for as a holder. I wouldn't want to give the position to somebody who wasn't in the court for a permanent thing. And it's
Right.
going to leave a few of the traditionalists salty, but I really don't care. They can fucking get bent. But I'll shrug.
Yeah, I'll talk to her, see if she's up to it, and then take her to talk to Liam.
I'll nod. He'll kiss her lips gently. Kind of look at the empty plates before them, and he's like, "You ready to go smash some plates?"
Her eyes kind of twinkle. I think I'm ready.
He'll take her to the back. He'll take her hand and he'll go to the back. And there's like a person who kind of like checks him in and makes him sign waivers and all that fucking legal shit,
Mm-hmm.
and gives them a set of safety goggles apiece. And they'll basically open the door to a room that has little like gangways across it,
Mm-hmm.
and there are just stacks and stacks and fucking stacks of like plates and cups and dinner plates and little plates and glasses and like all sorts of things and like little like target practice things on the wall and like little like explosion bursts and like animes of like destruction kind of playing on the wall, and he'll laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll just tell him like, go to town. You have basically 10 minutes to as long as you stay on the gangway, because on the bottom is like broken glass and like
Mm-hmm.
porcelain. You can basically go to town.
And she looks at some of this porcelain glassware and stuff, and for a split second, there's a look of almost uncertainty as she picks up the first plate. Kind of seeing the similarity between the plate and her own skin.
He had thought about that, so he'll watch her carefully and kind of chew his lip.
I am not a plate. I am a person. And she raises it up and she frisbees it right into the ground below the gangplanks.
It'll kind of burst with a satisfying shatter.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's sweet. He'll just like he'll pick a plate up and kind of hurl it at one of the things on the wall.
She's gonna grab a small stack of plates and start throwing them like ninja stars at different ones on the wall.
Right?
And she will go to town, breaking cups, glasses, bottles, plates.
Yeah, he's right beside her, basically laughing as he kind of throws stuff. He'll like at one time he's basically trying to like kind of like when she throws, he'll kind of like throw and try to hit where she threw, like kind of playing catch the plate as it were, or he'll try to like hit her plate out of the air like playfully.
Yeah, she'll play that game, totally. See if she can throw it
And
faster and harder to get it there to break before he can break hers out of the air.
basically, yeah. And after they've basically smashed a shit ton of plates and just kind of thrown and are probably a little bit sweaty and all that, he'll scoop her up and kiss her,
And she'll wrap her arms around his neck and kiss him back.
laughing basically, and he'll snuggle her close. Come on, let's get out of here.
And she'll nod.
He'll drive with her to. He'll actually go to the other side of the island and park his car and kind of. He'll pull out a blanket and he'll take her out and he'll walk out onto the beach with her and just kind of look at the moonlight over the water and just walk with her for a bit, holding her hand.
And she will enjoy this, though she will have left her shoes in the car
Same
if they're
thing.
going to be going out on the sand because high heels don't work in sand.
Yeah, he basically he rolled the pant legs on his jeans up a little bit and kind of kind of he's kind of walking like in like the where the water is like coming onto the shore, but pulling back the tide. You fucking asshole. He's walking at the tide line, kind of just letting the water like run over his feet, smiling.
She'll occasionally kick the water out towards the sea.
You try to kick it back to keep it away from me.
No, just because I like to see it splash, and it splashes better going back than it does going towards the land.
Does it?
Yep, because you're redirecting all the force of the water coming in versus just kind of pushing. Because when you kick it this way, and she'll show him, you kick it towards land, and it just kind of loofs just a little bit more than it was. But when you kick against it, you get a spray of water up.
He'll do it himself and kind of laugh. Maybe we should have a beach wedding. I like the water.
Beach in November.
It's Florida.
I know, but it'll still
Sometimes
be
go
cold.
to the beach on Christmas. It's not gonna be cold. It's gonna be like, I think,
In like the 60s.
it's in the 80s.
Really?
Yes. We used to go to the beach on Christmas. Florida
It'll be
is.
cold. It might get down into like the 70s.
Oh God, we need our parkas, won't we? Okay, fine.
Kinda.
We'll just get married to Botanical Garden, or God forbid, the Freehold, where we hold weddings routinely.
What time of day are you thinking?
Oh, there's a part of me who wants to get married late night. But then there's a part of me who wants to be an old man and get married first thing in the morning and have a fucking omelet and crepe bar.
And she's kind of looking out towards the sea as she was asking that.
He'll spread out the blanket and kind of lower himself onto it and hold his arms out.
And she'll turn from the sea and walk towards him. Climb into his arms.
Right before she does, he'll like hold a finger up like with his like mouth in an O. Like, hold on.
She stands there.
You look really pretty right now with the moonlight on your skin. And I just need to catch this in my memory for a second. And I'll smile at her. Like the
And
way
she
you're looking at her.
glances down a little bit, and you can see the blush come up across her porcelain skin.
And I'll hold his arms out to her like, okay, now you can come in.
And she will slip into his arms. Well, if it's a morning wedding, we could do it just after sunrise, and we'd have a beautiful backdrop as she kind of glances out towards the ocean.
It's true. We could get married
Wouldn't
on
be a
this.
lot of people.
We could get married on the stone ship that's in the Freehold. He'll stretch and yawn. There's a stone boat out of game that is on Vizcaya property. That's like a. I'll show you later. People hold weddings out there sometime. Either way, he'll say either way. I'm sure it can be. It's going to be taken care of. The archives will do us something nice.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's just looking up at the twinkly stars.
She rests her head against his chest, just listening to his heartbeat.
It is beating so fast and strong. There's nowhere else in the world I'd rather be, right?
And she nods. I know. Well, I don't know that that's 100% true. I'd say it's definitely 99% true because I'm certain knowing you and lone time with me that I can think of somewhere you'd probably rather be, and that would be anywhere where you can do other things to me. And she'll kind of trail her finger down his abdomen towards his groin.
If you think I can't do anything to you on this beach, you underestimate my tenacity and my exhibitionism.
You're an exhibitionist. Oh,
I mean, I
oh.
selectively an exhibitionist. There's nobody on this beach but you and I.
And she's gonna pick her head up and look around just to make sure, craning in all directions.
It looks pretty clear. He'll smile.
How do you know one of those seagulls isn't somebody?
No, you know what? If a voyeur seagull watches us have sex, I don't really care.
Voyeur seagull.
It's like a band.
I think it was a band in like the 80s or
There's a
something.
flock of seagulls, not voyeur seagulls. He'll shake his
Oh.
head.
Yeah, I don't think I was around then.
As in alive as a person, or were you?
She has a very confused, I don't know kind of look on her face.
He'll smile as he's slowly kind of unbuttoning the top two buttons on his shirt and untucking it. He'll kind of sit up and pull it over his head to where he's just wearing where he's shirtless.
And she'll run her hand over his chest. And she tries to mull over why she doesn't know this.
And he'll smile. Tell me, my love, did you happen to wear panties under that cute skirt?
She breaks her train of thought and looks up at him and says, with a sly smirk on her face, I don't know, I guess you'll have to find out, won't you?
And how am I supposed to do that?
And she gives him a very playfully innocent look. I don't know, mister.
His hand will go to his buckle. Slowly open it. Unbutton his jeans. Is this moving in the right direction?
And her hand will slide down right into that where that buckle just was. I don't know. And kind of ease down just a little bit further. Her nails kind of scratching at the fleshy bark bits down there.
Oh yeah. He'll shiver and kind of smile. He'll push his jeans down his hips and over his thighs, freeing himself. And he'll give her a kiss and pull her atop him. Kind of slide her skirt up her hips.
And when he does, he notices there is nothing under there.
Yes! Oh, he sinks. Slowly but surely he sinks. Doing everything in his power to not be as loud as he normally is. Like he has his jaw tight, because you know him, he's a fucking moaner. He's really loud. So he kind of puts his jaw together tight and kind of just takes her
And she's gonna sit up and just ease herself down and pull her top off. And then run her hands up his chest.
He'll he'll put his hands over hers and begin slowly working his hips, just very carefully and delicately making love to her on the beach under the moonlight.
And I think that's a beautiful place for this to end.
I do too. So, thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watcher, for watching. Goodbye.